Govinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So yesterday we saw that when Mother Sachi came to meet his dear son, our Mahaprabhu fell at Sachi Mata's lotus feet and he said, Mother, this body is yours and I must obey your orders. Permit me to go to Vrindavan for my spiritual attainments. The mother, in consultation with Advaitacharya and others, asked her son to reside in Jagannath Puri so that she might obtain the news of him now and then. Mahaprabhu agreed to that proposition and in a few days left Shantipur for Orissa. So Jagannath Puri Dham is in Orissa and Mahaprabhu was planning to go to Vrindavan. Now, in those times, there were no train facilities and bus facilities or flights, so by which one can quickly and easily travel from this place to that place. So, um, so if had Mahaprabhu gone to Vrindavan, Sachimata would not have been able to receive any news or any updates about her beloved son. So she requested Mahaprabhu to make Jagannath Puri his center of his preaching activities, and requested him to reside in Jagannath Puri. And Mahaprabhu, he agreed. He said yes, and he in few days he left Shantipur, where Nityananda Prabhu tricked Mahaprabhu to tricked and got Mahaprabhu after he took sannyas. So Shantipur is where Advaita Acharya Prabhu lives. So from Shantipur, he left for Jagannath Puri in a couple of days. After giving time to all the Nadia residents, all his beloved followers, his most intimate devotees, he left for Jagannath Puri. His biographers have described the journey of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that was the name that he got after his sannyas, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. This is the name he got after his sannyas. From Shantipur to Jagannath Puri in great detail. So the biographers who wrote about the life of our Mahaprabhu, they have described this journey of Mahaprabhu from Shantipur to Jagannath Puri in great detail. He travelled along the side of the Bhagirathi as far as Chhatrabhog, situated now in Thana Mathurapur, Diamond Harbour, 24 Parganas. He said, na, 24 Pargana, Diamond Harbour. So he travelled along that side. There he took a boat from Diamond Harbour. Mahaprabhu took a boat and went as far as Prayag Ghat in the Midnapur district. Hence, he walked through Balasore and Cuttack to Jagannath Puri. So from Midnapur district, from Prayag Ghat, he walked via Balasore, through Balasore, then Cuttack, and then Mahaprabhu reached Jagannath Puri. And seeing the temple of Bhuvaneshwar on his way, so Mahaprabhu also saw the temple of Bhuvaneshwar on his way to Jagannath Puri. Upon his travel at Jagannath Puri, he saw Jagannath in the temple and resided with Sarvabhauma at the request of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was a gigantic Pandit of the day. His readings knew no bounds. So his knowledge knows no bounds. His scriptural knowledge, his knowledge about the Vedas, actually from scriptures, we know that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is the incarnation of Brihaspati, who is the spiritual master of all the Devatas. So and Brihaspati is um, is a Pandit. He has all the knowledge of all the Vedas and all the Shastras, and his incarnation is Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya in our Gaud Leela. So even in Gaud Leela, he was a gigantic Pandit during those times. His readings knew no bounds, so that means he was so well read. He was the best Nayik of the times and was known as the most erudite scholar in the Vedanta philosophy of the school of Shankaracharya, the Mayavad philosophy. So he was so well read, an erudite scholar, anything from the Vedas, and he could debate and explain in his own way, in the in a way that nobody could debate beyond that, because he belonged to the school of Shankaracharya. He was born in Nadia in Vidyanagar and taught innumerable pupils in the Nyaya philosophy in his Tola there. Tola means a school, it's a school basically. He had left for Jagannath Puri sometime before the birth of Nimai Pandit. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya also, he was born in Nadia. He was born in Vidyanagar in Nadia district. And there he had taught many pupils, he had many pupils, many students in the Nyaya philosophy in his school. And just some time before the birth of our Mahaprabhu, before the birth of Nimai Pandit, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya had left Nadia and he had gone to Jagannath Puri. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was not aware of Nimai Pandit. He did not know Nimai Pandit because of this, because he had already left Nadia. His brother-in-law, Gopinath Mishra, so Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's brother-in-law, Gopinath Mishra, introduced our new sannyasi, Mahaprabhu, to Sarvabhauma, who was astonished at his personal beauty and feared that it would be difficult for the young man to maintain sannyas dharma during the long run of his life. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya saw Mahaprabhu, because when Mahaprabhu uh, reached the temple of Jagannath Puri, and as soon as Mahaprabhu saw Lord Jagannath there, he went into ecstatic symptoms and he immediately fainted. And while he was in that condition, all the symptoms were visible. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was a great Pandit. So he could, and he was so well read in all the scriptures and shastras that immediately he could identify if somebody is faking these symptoms or if somebody is actually demonstrating these symptoms, if they are real. And by very closely examining, he saw that no, the symptoms that Mahaprabhu was exhibiting, they were all real symptoms. And therefore, he understood that this young sannyasi is so beautiful, so effulgent. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was thinking that, oh, how is he going to maintain a sannyas dharma? He's so handsome. So, because he was thinking from this perspective that to maintain sannyas dharma, there are so many strict rules and regulations. And how could such a handsome, such a beautiful looking young boy, he was simply 24 years, nothing at all, to see that way. So he was wondering how will he maintain his sannyas dharma all his life. He's so young, so beautiful. So he was astonished. Now, uh, Gopinath Acharya, Gopinath Mishra, who had known Mahaprabhu from Nadia, had a great reverence for him and declared that the sannyasi was not a common human being. So he revealed this to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, that don't mistake Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit, who was then Shri Krishna Chaitanya, don't mistake him to be a common human being. He is not some ordinary person. On this point, Gopinath Mishra and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya had a hot discussion. Now, the discussion was not based on simply sentiments and emotions. They were actually based on shastras, on scriptures, and it was a very well thought, well read from perspective of scriptures. They had a very hot discussion that whether, because Gopinath Mishra was saying that Mahaprabhu is actually the supreme personality of Godhead. He is non-different from the supreme personality of Godhead. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, because he followed the Vedant philosophy of Shankaracharya, so he did not believe in the personal form of the Lord, and therefore, on based on Vedant Sutra, based on the Vedanta philosophy, he was arguing that no, he is not the supreme personality, because the supreme person does, the supreme Lord does not have a form according to the Mayavadis. But Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was saying that he is a great devotee. He was arguing that he is a great devotee, and Gopinath Mishra was saying that no, he is the supreme personality of Godhead. So this discussion was going on, and then Sarvabhauma then requested Mahaprabhu to hear his recitation of the Vedanta Sutras, to which our Mahaprabhu tacitly submitted. So, after all this discussion happened, then they went back, and Mahaprabhu was still unconscious. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was trying to do his medicine and trying to bring Mahaprabhu to consciousness, but he did not know the secret of our Mahaprabhu. So, as soon as the devotees of Mahaprabhu reached Jagannath Puri, and as soon as they got to know that, oh, Mahaprabhu has fainted in ecstasy and is at Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's place, they all went there, they all reached there. And as soon as they reached there, they all started doing the Harinam Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And as soon as our Mahaprabhu heard the Sankirtan, immediately Mahaprabhu got up and he raised his hands and he started dancing, saying Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So that is our Mahaprabhu. And then, as when Mahaprabhu came to consciousness, then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya very respectfully he served prasadam to Mahaprabhu. Then Mahaprabhu and his associates, they had prasadam, and then after that, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya requested Mahaprabhu to sit with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and to listen, to hear the recitation from Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Recitation of what? Of the Vedant Sutra. And Mahaprabhu agreed that yes, I am very young. He agreed to listen to the recitation of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So what happens after that? Krishna willing, we'll again read tomorrow and we'll see that. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for your kind association. Vansha kalpatrubhyascha, kripa sindhu bhayevascha, patitanam pavanebhyo, vaishnavebhyo, namo namaha. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. शिला जय पताका स्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय. शिला भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद की जय. निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल.
हरि हरि बोल.
हरि बोल.
हरि बोल.